Members of the newly formed Guam Invasive Species Council were sworn in this morning at Adelup as the Department of Agriculture called the first meeting into order. Agriculture was elected as the chair of the group, while Customs and Quarantine will serve as the vice chair. Aside from giving orders of the public law that created the council, territorial entomologist Dr. Russell Campbell also briefed members on their duties and deadlines in the coming months.
The council is to provide policy direction, coordination, and planning among government of Guam and federal agencies. I already mentioned this a little bit. To protect Guam from alien species that threaten the economy, culture, ecosystem, and human health.
Alien species that have far-reaching effects include bed bugs that were found in some of Guam's hotels and the coconut rhinoceros beetle. Eradication Program Operations Chief Roland Kittigwa says nothing has changed with the bedbug situation. However, he wants to educate the public that it is coming from tourists and travelers.
It's nowhere near anything that's happening in the United States or in the region. So we're actually very much on top of it, and we are working on outreach pamphlets and education.
As for the eradication of the rhino beetle population, Kittigwa says they are facing some stumbling blocks, and he admits none of their tactics are foolproof.
The good thing is that we've shifted our focus in about the past 3 months, and we have taken a lot of our resources and gone towards science and research. And with that, we have finally found a couple of alternatives. We have found a pesticide that does work. We're trying to find the best way in which we can apply it to the environment so that it's going to be the safest possible for our residents as well as our ecosystem.
While they are close to making public recommendations, Kittigwa warns people not to create piles of green waste because that's how the beetle infestation spreads faster. Meanwhile, he says the formation of this council helps in battling all invasive species on Guam.
We're not talking about just the bed bugs, which could impact us economically with the tourism, but we're also talking about the rhino beetle, and then of course the Asian cycad scale, which will definitely have an impact on the two more dominant species of plants in the jungle. So therefore, we have an ecological problem here. So this is just an example of how what we're trying to do is locally coordinate not only the government agencies, but our federal counterparts, our nonprofit organizations, and other stakeholders who have vested interest in our natural resources.